you may start to feel like you're starting to fall out of love with that person. You may start to feel like you don't feel the exact same way that you used to before. You may start to feel like you're not infatuated with the person as you used to before. But I would advise that you don't, let me not use the word advice, because like I said, I'm not a dating coach, I'm not a dating expert, I'm not a therapist, none of that. So I think you may not, you may chill a bit about making a hasty decision, because I'm telling you, that feeling that you're falling out of love with someone, it can be so misleading. It can be misleading as hell. Like, it can make you decide, you know what, me, this is it. This is completely it. But it is crazy, because sometimes it's your, I don't know, there's some sort of battle within yourself. And especially if you are in the phase where you fight a lot, because there's usually that phase in a relationship. It gets to a point in that relationship where you cannot say three words to each other without it turning into an argument. To the point where you decide, you know what, don't talk to me and I'm not going to talk to you. You just do your thing and I'll do my thing. It gets to that point in a relationship where you don't talk to each other unless you have to. And you're not broken up. None of that. It's just that things have gotten to a point where now you don't seem to agree on anything. I still do not understand what actually happens, but it gets to a point where you don't, they, as in, the affection is not the exact same way as it used to before. I don't know if those are one of the, as in, trials and tribulations of a relationship. I have no idea, but it gets to that point. If you have been with someone for a while, if you have been with the same person for a while, there are some things that probably you noticed in the beginning, or you never even noticed them in the beginning, but now as time goes by you start to notice them slowly, and they annoy the living life out of you. They annoy you so much. Mind you, this person was like this since the day you met them, but you're now beginning to start to notice them, and they are annoying you so much. That is one of the signs of that phase now of starting to fall out of love with your person. Normally, when this happens, because it happens, believe me, it happens. And I think, based on, okay, let me speak for myself, let me speak from what I have experienced. I think distance can help you. I think you can, if you get distance involved, distance has a funny way of putting things into perspective. Distance has a way of getting you to understand what you want, getting you to know whether or not this is the person that you want. The thing about distance, it will either make, what is this thing that they say? Distance makes the heart grow fonder, or something of the sort. It can either do that, or it can make you feel that your life is actually better without this person in it. So I think before you make the decision, if you guys are living together, I think you can get some space for a while, until you are able to figure out what you really, really want. And you know, this thing of feeling like you've fallen out of love with someone, it is something that can either happen gradually, or it can just happen like a flash. Most of the time it happens gradually. If someone pisses you off, it's okay, you sort things out and then you're good. Tomorrow they'll piss you off again about something completely different, and then you will, okay, we're moving on. Again and again, it will pile up, especially if you do not have a healthy way of sorting out your issues. If you do not talk out, if you don't have a healthy way of sorting out your problems, if you use very unhealthy methods to sort out your problems, like sex is not a way to sort out your problems. It's not, as in, you know, there are relationships where if you're having issues, you don't discuss the issues, you don't talk about them, you don't apologize to each other. You have sex and then you think that things are okay. What you're actually doing is sweeping things under the rug, and that rug is very temporary, because one day the bottle is going to spill over and it is not going to be pretty. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like the result of it. So I think it's usually better, no matter how minute you think the matter is, it's better to discuss it and make a healthy resolution. before you resort to the sex. It's not as in, you cannot use that as a way to sweep things under the carpet. It is not healthy. One day it's going to blow up in your face. So if it's something that happens gradually, you tend to feel like this person has done this to me, he did this to me, he did that to me, he keeps doing this, and then it's going to pile up. It's building some sort of resentment. Sorry, it's building some sort of resentment within you, and it's going to get to a point where now you cannot control it anymore. Because for as long as you can control it, you people are good. For as long as you can keep it in check, as long as you can smile and pretend, everything is good. But do you know what? You cannot be able to do that for a long time. One day it's going to spill over and it's not going to be pretty. So distance and time has a way of putting things into perspective. It has a way of making you know what you want. It has a way of opening your eyes and making you feel and making you see if this is the life that you want to commit to, if this is the life that you want to deal with. Now, there are people that have kids and they don't, or there are people that don't have the luxury of just going to a different location. There are people that are basically stuck under the same roof together. There's that bit. That's a very unfortunate bit, because it's hard for you to figure out if this person, as in, you know what I'm trying to say is that the absence of someone can sometimes make you realize whether or not you want them in your life. If someone's absence makes your life so much better, you have your answer right there. You do not have to dig deep. You do not have to go to therapy, or you do not have to talk to a pastor. You have your answer right there. But okay, so if you give yourself some space and give yourself some time to think and process everything, at least now you're using a clear lens to view the situation. You're using a clear lens to answer your questions, whether you love this person or not. Because it gets to a point where literally the sound of that person breathing next to you irritates the shit out of you. It irritates you so bad. It gets to the point where, like, you're not looking forward to spending time with that person, or you're not looking forward to being around that person. It gets to a point where you're asking yourself, why won't his boys call him to go and hang out, to go and chill somewhere, so that he can just leave the house for me? It gets to a point where you feel like that. But one thing I know, one thing is for sure, one thing I can say with my full chest, it is redeemable. You can go back to the drawing board. It is redeemable. As long as both of you are willing to put in work, are willing to put effort, you can actually remember the reason why you fell for this person in the first place. You can actually remember the reason why you picked him over everyone else that was interested in you, because I'm sure it was not just one person that was in your DMs or anything like that. So there's a reason why that person stood out of the other ones, out of everyone else. If you get to the point where you're feeling like you've fallen out of love, the first thing you should do, communicate. I am big on communication. Communication can solve so many problems. Communication has actually solved so many problems. Communicate to your partner. Tell them how you feel. Explain it to them without making it sound like an attack. It's not like you're trying to make them feel bad. You're just telling them where your head is at the moment. You pick your words correctly, package it very well, and deliver it to them. Communication is the first step. After you communicate, you go back to the drawing board. Hopefully, after the communication, your partner will take it the right way. Because if they take it the wrong way, things will go south. So I'm hoping, I'm praying that they'll take it the right way. So if they take it, after they've taken it the right way, if it's something, because sometimes it can be one-sided. Sometimes, and it's actually unfair, sometimes it's you that is feeling it. You're feeling like you're falling out of love, but your partner is unaware. Your partner is only noticing the changes in you. But them, it's not like them, they've fallen out of love. That is why I'm big on communication. It's only the fair thing to do. It's fair if you do that. Be fair to them. Okay, go back to the drawing board. Try to figure out together now the reason as to why you people got together. Figure out, like, you can try to do the activities that you used to do before. If maybe, after kids come into a relationship, things may sometimes change, things may flip a bit, because now all the concentration goes to the child. Maybe you're not going out as much as you used to before. Maybe they don't ask you how your day was anymore, because now they're only asking, how is the baby? Is the baby okay? Yeah, that's it. They don't notice if you have a new hairdo, or there are things that seem so small, but they have a very big impact. They make a very big difference. So at least now you try to go to the drawing board together. You try to figure out together where you may have lost it, where you may have gone wrong. And then there's the physical bit as well. There's the physical bit. I feel like connecting physically may also make a difference. In your own way, whether it's cuddling or whatever, in your own way, as long as it's physical connection, it may make a difference. It may remind you, like, it may awaken the feelings that you feel you have lost. Yeah. Also, prayer and meditation, whatever it is you believe in, you can involve it, as in you can do it together. Whatever it is you believe in, if you believe in whichever higher power you believe in, you can try to get there. You can try to connect spiritually together. It may also do wonders. Spend some quality time together. Have some spiritual time together. Go back to the drawing board. You can even put down a list of the things that attracted you to that person, or the things that attracted you people to each other. Such stuff. And do not make a hasty decision. Do not make a hasty decision based on temporary feelings, because sometimes they may be temporary. Although there is some sort of, there's a small barrier. There are some relationships that are not worth fighting over. There are some relationships that are not worth trying to save or trying to salvage. So that you're in that relationship, you're the only person that knows its worth. You're the only person that knows whether or not it's worth trying to save, or whether or not it's worth putting any effort trying to salvage whatever it is that is remaining out of it. So do not, as in, it's not a blanket statement. I'm speaking about relationships that are worth saving, relationships that are not like, far gone. Yeah. Something else that is going to be major in that whole thing: forgiveness. Actually, forgiveness in general, it's a very huge part of a relationship. I am telling you, hey, you will forgive, but it depends anyway. I'm not one of the people who come as in, I'm not one who insists that if he beats you up every day, forgive. If he cheats on you every day, forgive. No, there has to be some sort of, as in, you have to see what exactly you're forgiving. But with relationships comes a lot of forgiveness. If you're not a forgiveful, is that a word? If you're not a forgiveful, forgiving. If you're not a forgiving person, it's going to be a bit hard. It's going to be, because let me speak for myself. Forgiving past people, it is something that I still struggle with to this day. I struggle with forgiving. I can actually tell you, what, I forgive you, we'll laugh it off. And then when we're watching a movie, we are cuddling and watching a movie, I will just tell you, just leave me alone. Stay on your side, let me stay on my side. Suddenly, it has come back again. I am angry one more time. I am angry afresh. So forgiveness is something that I'm still praying to God to give me, because you can piss me off in the morning. I'll go to work and come back. I don't want to talk to you. I'm still not talking to you. Tomorrow, I will wake up, go to work, come back. I am not going to talk to you. It's something that I struggle with, because it does not make any sense. As long as, especially if you're living with someone under the same roof and you don't have a forgiving heart, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be stressful, especially for you, because you're holding a grudge about something that is bothering you, and it's eating you up inside. You have no peace. Forgiveness is going to play a huge role. Finally, if you've tried you think that you're trying everything, but the other person is not receptive to it, the other person is not making any effort to try and salvage whatever it is you guys have, it is okay to let go. Do not kill yourself just because you're trying to save a relationship that probably is not worth saving, or maybe the other person does not feel like they want to be saved. If you try these things, or you've tried everything and it's not working out, do not kill yourself. It is okay to let go. Thank you if you have watched me up to this point. I am very grateful to every single one of you. If you've liked the video, like, share, drop a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think about this, and I'll see you on my next one. Goodbye.